Hi everyone, this is Teacher Rafael, and today I will be discussing standard scores, z-score and t-score, their characteristics, uses, and steps on how to solve them. Z-score tells us the relative position of a score in standard deviation from the mean. It tells us how far below or above the mean in standard deviation units raw scores lie. It provides a common basis for comparing scores from distributions with different means and standard deviation. So how do we solve for the z-score? The z-score is solved using this formula. Z-score is equal to raw score minus the mean of the distribution divided by standard deviation. So let's consider the scores of a student in the following subjects, science and English, and the mean of standard deviation of the class distribution. So in which subject did the student perform better? We cannot compare their performance in these subjects by just looking at his raw scores, considering that these class distributions have different means and standard deviation. We can only compare these distributions when we convert the raw scores into z-scores. So let's solve the z-score for each subject. The raw score of the student in science is 90, and the class mean is 80, and the standard deviation is 10. So to solve for the z-score, we have 90 minus 80 divided by 10. That will be equal to 10 divided by 10, which is equal to positive 1. So the z-score for science is positive 1. For English, the raw score is 100, and the mean of the distribution is 110 with a standard deviation of 20. So 100 minus 110 is negative 10 divided by 20, that becomes negative 0.5. So the z-score for English is negative 0.5. In which subject did the student perform better? Now we can compare the two class distributions. From the value of z, the score in science is 1 standard deviation above the mean, while the score in English is 0.5 standard deviation below the mean. So given these z-scores, we can interpret that the student performed better in science than in English. To get rid of the negative numbers, the z-scores are transformed into t-scores. T-score is a transformed score from z-score to come up with positive values. It tells the relative position in standard deviation with a mean of 50 and a standard deviation of 10. So how do we solve for t-score? The t-score can be solved using the formula 10 multiplied by the z-score plus 50. We have discussed that z-score is equal to the raw score minus the class mean divided by the standard deviation. Please note that the 50 and 10 there in this formula are constants. So let's solve for the t-score of the student in each subject. For science, we have the following formula. T-score is equal to 10, which is constant, multiplied to 1, which is the z-score of the student in science. That will be equal to 10. Then we add it to 50, that becomes 60. So the t-score in science is 60. For English, the z-score is negative 0.5. We multiply it by 10, which is constant. That becomes negative 5. We add the negative 5 to 50, which is constant. That becomes 45. So the t-score of the student in science is 60, while the t-score of the student in English is 45. So in which subject did the student perform better based on the t-scores? The student performed better in science. We have here the following characteristics and uses of z-score and t-score. Z-score has a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. Z-score values below the mean have negative signs, while positive signs above the mean with decimal values. For uses, t-score makes learners' performance equally weighted and comparable, just like the example that we just solved and did. It is also useful for application to hypothesis testing, determination of percentile ranks, and probability judgments. On the other hand, t-score is transformed score from z-scores that have no negative signs. It has a mean of 50 and a standard deviation of 10. It is similar to z-score, but more convenient and applicable because of the absence of negative signs. So that ends our discussion on standard scores, z-score, and t-score. And here are the references used in this video. Thank you for watching and hope this video helps. Stay safe and healthy always, and see you in my next videos.